us in the policy direction through its incubation right to its evolution and launch today. With foresight, His Excellency asked for the beginning of crafting of what might someday become a manifesto. And even if it didn't, it would have been the collection of thoughts, the collection of strategies that we might hand over to another group. And since it's all within the party, there was no problem. So, over the past 4 years, we have engaged in countless discussions, debates. We have come to agreements and compromises and refined many drafts and revisions to bring this document to life. We came from the party, but also from stakeholder organizations, civil society, many other concerned groups, anyone who wished to be part of the drive to change things for the better. Therefore, we have included input from private citizens because that is also very important. As a party, we have a proud tradition of listening to diverse perspectives. As is often said here in the central region, those standing behind us have the clearest view of whether the path we are laying is straight or not. This philosophy has resulted in what is being launched today, which is truly a collective document shaped by contributions from Ghanaians from all walks of life, regardless. So, what we are proposing, in collaboration with Ghanaians at home and across the globe, is what it is that has been elaborately conveyed by His Excellency and a couple of persons. I wish to begin with education. The NDC remains unwavering in its commitment to quality and accessible education for all Ghanaian children, from kindergarten through senior high school to the university and beyond. Education is the bedrock of national development, and we are determined to ensure that every child, no matter their background, has access to a conducive learning environment. To achieve this, we will prioritize personnel quality, provision of infrastructure and learning material, and especially the relevance of what the learners are acquiring towards our future development. And we will pay particular attention to our schools in the rural areas and in deprived areas. Having said that, what I'm trying to say is that the education goes beyond the infrastructure. Although that is basic, it is fundamental. It ought to have been there, but it has not been, and that is why we pay attention to it. And we also pay attention to the quality of the facilitators of the whole learning process. And that explains why we keep raising the quality of teacher preparation and teacher training. Vocational and technical education is a very important area of focus. With approximately 70% of our population under the age of 30, and 50% under the age of 18, it is imperative that we prepare our youth for the job market. And I would like to plead here that we look at our semantics again. If somebody went to the vocational school, it is because he is so endowed to go there. It is not so much because he couldn't. We need to tone that language so that the students will feel appreciated and we feel encouraged, and will know that we appreciate them also for the talent that God has given them. We know without them, all the value addition and so on may elude us. Our manifesto also emphasizes digital literacy, and I think my boss has spoken at length on that. But our vision is very clear. We want and will support an education system that prepares every Ghanaian child for a bright future, and a child who is rooted in their global knowledge through our rich cultural legacy. We consider this to be very, very important, and therefore all the things that have been spoken about in education support this philosophical underpinning. Now let me highlight our women. We recognize the role of women, and Shamima, thanks for emphasizing all of it. It's very, very important, and we agree with you. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you also know in this country where we stand as women. In fact, before I go on, where are the women here? If you don't mind, I would like all the women to stand just for a moment. Actually, we've been sitting for too long, so it's okay. And I want all of you to clap in appreciation. I want you all to clap in appreciation for what the NDC and what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has done for us. By bringing one of us into the public light, he has brought all of us. Thank you very much. You may sit down. So, Echi, we want to thank you very, very much. And you know, as women, we have all kinds of peculiar problems that only we know, that only we experience. He already talked about how our bodies naturally function and how that can even stop us from moving forward. It is not by accident that when you look at enrollment from P1 to P3, it's almost stable. But you look at P3 to P6, the drop comes after P6, and you ask yourself, why is this happening? And now we know why. And so we made a bold step to ensure that girls can also go to school, stay in school, move up as high as they can, and realize the potential in them. And of course, our bodies didn't just start functioning that way. It just. We also know our economic challenges more than others. And what are some of them? For all kinds of reasons, we are not able to stay in school, and that is something we are going to work on aggressively, to remove all the bottlenecks, to remove all the obstacles that prevent girls from moving up. But meanwhile, a lot of us are up there already, and we may have missed a few things. So what happens? It is not by accident again that in this country, many, many women are in the small-scale businesses. Na yensu ni enyim fasono anamobwa mesiafono wa ha aze na yeton ana yenton aze yeton aze enye jeti kasibia po na yehwehwe na yekohe yanko yem papa ho a yebokọ na nani fie yanko na nani fie nde MP sikran we nwa manze wo MP de bebia na rekoni fie ana ebokọ wo fa ni fie ana amobwa ana ebokọ ba benyi ni fie denti na nko ba besia no o se ne nyimde onyibi denti na onyibi ehwa inum ye nsama yerbisa. So what's the solution to all of this? Or we'll go and borrow. Which bank? The bank will say bring a collateral. What is it? The papers to your car. Na car na ye will be a truck no for wire some. And then stood up for what done the papers bra. What am I say bushia fee? I don't know one could take a far a bushiana crack, na ezo that's a kajabusian. In such a bank entire alcohol. So then what do? We go to somebody who will lend us money. Yes, he will lend us the money, but the interest on that money is not even what we are seeing as 40% from the banks. Sometimes 100 or more. Ebusha from a bois. Say who the mamanzin. Interfere by a done. Ena yako bank onye ena yako bobosia osun inti yebeye dan inti here abana oti mesiafo ase here political party a obu mesiafo na party onye maohi onye National Democratic Congress nenya president so bu mesiafo oti mesiafo wonsu ibikro onye hwana onye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na wakanye nyina ye ntirabom na wakadenti ya be yadan nti ye pede eta akoye papa ho eta akohopo a ho ayebufu anamoboa wobaka ho za akiro na debe bia arabaze oto na aza na wagbakawo na enya he na ye pede ye bokawo asam na motinyin enti yeso okay sadamza abane hwehwehia yem bank mahin ye pye bank oti he na ase ye pye bank obakada yan kafa collateral mbra yenyi bi ye pye bank obakada yan kafa yan ka no hu papers mbra he na asase kakrakan he na ejapa yenyi bi into what's you what's obey hindered into so wakada ye Women's Development Bank o si asamdo enya asamdo nkote enye de yenye sika nto na zo oye nsem bi otum sisi wo henda abrabom ebi wo hopo a nya wo pie nso na beebi akwa kegina no mo da yenye ebusu afasma America water pa ana water pa ebi so wo ho a akobo ne bosian akwacha na kwato collection obako ho za achiro ntu amaka nso akwato collection ana amaboa obafa nwem wo utokreti wanyim da wa no nyero kasa no abaraba ende mijina wa bu yechi mo be yebopu e yebohwe ezena kaw isi Women's Development Bank no o di sika no mo da bosia isi hu wo ho a o de phone boko onyo wa ye nhihye papa oba mo advisory services oba guide oba mental no danda no obodo baby no na mfaso ebenya na ehu a o sanda mfaso no so chen isi hu na erekotua no ebotum disika ne bi eza hye wazi tonim obodo baby na wo capital no retraw ana na business no orinyin na wo faso no na so margin na ndo de eke da wo fa ne papa no ho na so ko ama ho haircut into onyaze ebotum yakoko hopi into Women's Development Bank in Orba. It is here to empower female entrepreneurs and small business owners by providing low interest loans, financial education, and sustainable support. These initiatives will create job opportunities and break down the financial barriers that many women face when starting and sustaining business. Anti so business no so o so any enjuma dosu anambwa emesiafo njizire enjuma dosu say ekofie inta asama America emenyimfo na aja atuma ma dentra o send on asokra won kwan murubu anamboa say ya badodo inta say ana ya atu da no so wa free ana inta menyimfo no account menyimfo no won bon se be mesiafo so this initiative comes as no surprise to some of us because we have been long aware of NDC's long-standing commitment to gender equality and women's empowerment as essential pillars of national progress. And we know what our predecessors in the PNDC to the December Women's Movement and all did. It is also not surprising that it is NDC that pays attention to markets. We have heard of KJT, even if you haven't gone there. We have heard of Kotokraba and so many other markets. And sometimes you are driving or walking by, and the women who are converting our raw material into adding value are the ones sitting under some shed, the floor not even cemented, no washroom, nothing for their children. And in the end you ask, so who buys the material and at what cost? So they need help in this area too. And you know, America jede say begoya once kan won apose wonyim dadaw mankesim ama etonazo o mankesim wozeka ho ana wozenka ho makola ono yemi alo no be mi wozeka ho Na me busuafo na me pia wansam na wa egom no wa market manka ne ya won fanchem te banki lanya wo so bank ka ho I don't want them into obia ka ho obiara beye bi asama yer kanyen ye wiesu ne ba employment ayemba ya wonye adwuma ye ono so boss aka ne 24-hour economy nizi obia ajatu na wo me mbonso me youth one way and bonsom my yamba the power 133. As I was to phone boko, share a pede quick and you use in your matter. I will from one. Jiwanutum or what's the washa ibida, fenin out to enchant. Jiwanutum, as I summon on you, a bushafu yadan, obo drew. Was it when I jim baba? Now, Genesis obey Juma. Instead, the one as into 24-hour economy, men can want some Sunday. Yenra, Waba can want SMP, men in answer, Yata say. Now, Piada make a health care kakra. And we are now promoting in a numo how honestly Yatipi Nadama, not to the enemy, so Damawabo Heno, Ayansuya, Yanzimoti. Into the baby damnaze, chase compound and Abian hen. And yet, from up to Hanakuku, and of far Kesa, my chin as one hospital. Sister Samaboa, into the Mina Bibi Bianawa. And say one's a maybe or warrior. Nessa or friend and a star. I see as the Angel Kakrabakawa, and as the ways you move, announce them. Into baby or woman can do have mercy a phone call. No way, and you maybe was a chuchua baby. Sister, what's a cocoa win him? Cocoa win him. Nefes when you are the Mariano or do obiso or tnaye. Enya mohu, area mobi, no one is rado or war. It's a bush and funda yasini fee. Yabado bia wabakasa waha. Obia wabachra najin. Ohana waba, ona wabuano, ona what's in a dame. Yes, you're the one I say. So, this manifesto is not a set of attractive or empty promises. It is a roadmap to a better future for every Ghanaian. It is also our social democratic blueprint for building the Ghana we all want together. Together, for say atase. Obia so na hozen, obia ni nyimizi, obia nember, obia na zakahu. Ni yetumi ye pia ye ho ye za akwenyim nso onye do president na nko na no problem onye no problem oye he nyina ye problem na mu wenyi dadodo bia so baba wa baye mobotum na ya asesa bebi ayete ya asesa he na busua ya asesa nzemepi na oma no afane ntempa we fra into damna na ochada bra party be to man every party na ote he na ase Ebra part no ba oye mpuntujuma yanto abanje hwe yeto aba de mpuntujuma embra yanwema yeto yes development is our goal ana into the meeting yaba nyanda da na akohwi na slangs bi na eba the slogan on for kwanim nyono nti na yaba de yebe adwuma. We are confident in the victory ahead. And the NDC has a good track record as well as a renewed vision. We are motivated by confidence in our skills and the goodwill of our fellow citizens. Progress is within our reach and the reach of every Ghanaian, regardless your age, religion, whatever that differentiates you. And we are here to present something very, very meaningful to reset Ghana. It's going to be hard work, but you and I know that by the grace of God, we will get there. So to vote for the NDC is to put your trust in the statement that Ghana can get better. Thank you very much.
Oh Yeah, obedience da pepper. Obedience to pepper. Obedience nyam pepper. Yantio, a bobo makade. Obedience da pepper. Oh. Come on. Yes, one nine. Now, one more time. Where do you never need what I say? Come on. Oh, young Thomas. I say, you're good. You cook what we are. Honorable. You cook what Sam. Aha. This is I mean, Sam. Come on, everybody, come. Ladies, are you here? Are you ready? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good New Year. That's why it's a good New Year. Come on, Babo. Good New Year. Everybody. Listen, Oswa was to ye. Where you were free more. I'm an ever common. Yami where you went from one thing. Yes, you'll be there, mom. You're trying up, mom. Now you can't tell who's so. Oh, yeah, go. Can't wait. That's why you're so young. Where you free more. I'm an ever common. Yami where you went from one thing. Yes, you'll be there, mom. You're trying up, mom. Now you can't tell who's so. And so more than what's the name of I want to know what for the be a we no and swap out my swap out for the be a boy no and swap out my swap out come now we no and swap out what the me them say me be say yeah aka ye suda ubesu ana ubesu this is all the thing me say we say yeah aka one cassette ya you see that what's it on Sunday? I see the Nia couldn't get on any more. I say, Master Sunday. A man of one qua, a man of qua, a man of Master Sunday. Emema will be a hana. Emema waha. Emema waha. Masidana sade. Asida. Hey. Yeah, you know asidana sade. Asida. Yamia ebia mai. Hey, yadasyo. you.
Oh, remain standing, remain standing, remain standing. Joe boy. Oh, those of you at the top, are you ready for the second coming of John Mahama? Then let me see your hand, let me see your hand. Yedede, 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 yedede. Let's welcome back to the stage our father, our leader, our hope, Ghana's hope of a better future, the nation builder, the flag bearer, and the incoming president.
Contract. The things we'll do in the first 120 days after on 7th January 2020. In the history of the Fourth Republic, in the first 90 days in office, we'll hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. Number 5, we'll commence the drafting of needed legal amendments and preparation for the implementation of the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the President. Number 6, we will establish an accelerated export development council, which I will personally chair, to promote exports as part of a broader strategy for economic transformation. Number 7, we'll convene a national consultative conference on education with CHAS, NAGRAT, NAT, CCT, NAPS, CETAG, Vice Chancellors Ghana, PRINCOF, TEWU, UTAG, PTAs, students, think tanks, academia, parents, and other stakeholders to build consensus on the improvement of our education sector, including the free SHS. Number 8, we'll scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business in our first 90 days in office. 1, e-levy. 2, COVID levy. 3, betting tax. 4, emissions levy. And we'll review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. 9, we'll introduce the no academic fee stress policy for all first-year students in public tertiary educational institutions, in universities, in technical universities, in polytechnics, colleges of education, nursing training institutions, under our no fee stress initiative. We will budget for this, and the money will be given to the Student Loan Trust. It will register all the level 100 students, and it will pay the money to their universities on their behalf so that they don't have to go and pay anything. It will be a grant, it's not be a loan, it will be a grant, so they don't have to pay for it. 10, we'll introduce the following social intervention policies. 1, free tertiary education for persons with disability. The Ghana Medical Care Trust Fund, which will be a fund that will help the treatment of kidney ailments, hypertension, heart disease, high blood pressure, and all those kinds of things. We'll commence within 120 days the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in basic and secondary schools. 11, we will institute inquiries or forensic audits into the following matters of public interest. 1, MPP's collapse of indigenous Ghanaian banks and financial institutions at a supposed cost of 25 billion Ghana cedis. We'll institute an audit into the illegal printing of money by the Bank of Ghana to finance the corrupt Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. We'll investigate the 58 million National Cathedral scandal. We'll investigate the COVID-19 expenditure scandal. We'll investigate corruption scandals including the PDS, Ejapa, SML, ambulance spare parts, 13th All African Games, Skytrain, Kwalugu Dam, mass sets, galamsey fraud, missing excavators, missing tricycles, illegal and inflated single source contracts, bus scandals, and many others. We institute a government policy banning all political appointees and politically exposed persons from buying any state assets. We will allocate seed money within 120 days for the establishment of the Women's Development Bank to support women-owned and women-led businesses. We will launch the following priority job creation programs in the budget. The first is Ejumawura, that is the entrepreneurial project to promote 10,000 young entrepreneurs and mentor them. The 1 million coders program will roll out a Made in Ghana agenda to promote the production and consumption of locally produced goods, particularly through leveraging of government spending power. 15. We review the Customs Amendment Act 2020 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles, to rescue the local automotive industry in Swami Magazine, Konkompe, Aboso Okai, and all others. 16. We will lay before Parliament a new bill to usher in a new era of government scholarship administration, which will, among others, prohibit political appointees from accessing government scholarships and eliminate political patronage, cronyism, nepotism, and corruption in the award of government scholarships. We will make the scholarships process transparent, publish the names of everybody who is given a scholarship so that the whole country will know who are getting those scholarships. 17. We will aggressively confront That's number 3. Number 3 is not a small position. We will aggressively confront the illegal mining menace and place a ban on illegal and new mining activities in forest reserve and roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. 18. We will launch the Black Star Experience. Unfortunately, the paper on creative industry couldn't be read because we've run out of time. But in there's what we call the Black Star Experience. It's our major creative industry and tourism initiative. So the Black Star Experience will be launched. It's an initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, arts, creative industry and tourism brand to transform Ghana into a preferred hub for creative industry and tourism. 19. We will commence investigative processes to purge state security agencies of all militia and vigilante elements who are causing havoc in our country. 20. We will reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases, including the 2020 election killings, Ayawaso West Wagomba election violence, murder of Ahmed Swale and Silas Wulo Chame. 21. Will initiate a probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRA spillage from the Akosombo and Kon dams that displaced and destroyed the livelihoods of thousands of citizens in the Volta region. And we will take immediate steps to provide compensation for the victims, including those in the lower Volta, those in Oti, those in Bono East, those in the Savannah regions, and other areas that were affected by the flooding. We'll carry out a shake-up. We'll carry out a shake-up of all loss-making SOEs and realign them to break even and transition into profit-making. This is a social contract with the people. A lot of people ask me, you're going to find an economy in a mess. How are you going to handle all this? We're going to realign our expenditure. We're going to cut out waste. We'll realign the budget so that we can create more fiscal space in order to finance these projects. We're going to use innovative methods to raise the resources so that we can finance these programs. We're going to prioritize, strictly prioritize, and select the most important projects that will create immediate benefits for the people of Ghana. We're going to put our money where our mouths are. That is what a new NDC government is going to do. Ezu, iya maza de mata, dan wayena, na gode kware. Ezu, manya munache, wanda ya gwada maka soyayya, ya kamata ke maka gwada mashi soyayya. Ezu, don shi ne ana faɗi wai so mai sonka. Yanda zongoni suka gwara muna soyayya, insha Allah, ale babu karfi, e bamu iko, mu ma mu gwara musu soyayya haka nan. Ezu, don shi ne keni na Sadiki ya faɗi, wai insha Allah, in muka zo, mu duka mun sani kaman zuwa Mecca ya zama one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Amma yau saboda kudin da ya kamata a biya a je Mecca, mutanenmu, iyayenmu, maza da mata da yawansu sun yi niyya su je Mecca amma ba su yiya. Idan Allah ya ba mu mulki, muka zo za mu rage kudin Mecca ne, kowa inda ya yi niyyar shi ya samu ya je. karshen mangana na mun sani watan Ramadan in za a yi azumi ana duba watanni kamun a fara Ramadan. In za a kwance azumi ana duba ni a gani wata tukun a kwance. Don shi kowane lokaci ya zo a yi kaman waranga sun ci sallah yau, gobe waranga kuma su ci sallah. Don shi abinda za mu yi mu kawo zaman lafiya, kowa ya ji dadin sallah, za mu kara za mu kara ranar hutawa guda, shine ana turawa na cira holiday, za mu kara guda a kan Idil Fitr. Don shi in wayan ga sun kwance yau sun ci sallah yau, waɗanda sun kwance gobe su ma su samu su ci sallansu. Yau dai Hausan Kano na ya zo sosai ba wasa ba. At this juncture, I want to invite my running mate, Professor Jenano Pokwajiman, our national chairman, General Mosquito Johnson Asiedu Ketia, our general secretary, Fifi Piabekwete, and our minority leader, the Honorable Acho Kesel Person, to all join me up here so that we can launch the manifesto. Yeah. Where's the parliamentary candidate for Winneba? Join us up here. We are launching 2 versions of the manifesto today. The manifesto itself and then the Braille version for the visually impaired. We are launching both today. So on behalf of the good people of Ghana, the national executives, the rank and file of the National Democratic Congress, and the youth and women of Ghana, I have the honor and privilege to launch the 2024 Resetting Ghana for Jobs, Accountability and Prosperity Manifesto today. I consider it duly launched.
Me say oka obeyo. JMA, Mama oka Choboy. Hey. Change is coming. Kindly resume your seats. Kindly resume your seat. We'll be out of here very soon. Now, we had many thematic speakers, but because of time, we had to cut it short. But with the permission of the General Secretary, the National Chairman, and our flag bearer and leader, we have appointed spokespersons for various sectors of the manifesto. And at this stage, I would like to call out their names for the benefit of the media. From here, they will begin to speak on the various thematic areas in the manifesto. Choboy. So on finance, our spokespersons are 3. Do you know the man who has been keeping Wale Adam Smith in check? Choboy. Honorable Isaac Adongo, MP for Bolegasa Tanga Central. We also have Dr. Johnson Esiema, and we also have Honorable Mona Kote for finance. For business development, trade and industry, we have Dr. Eben Anowa Ama, Obobia Daku Opoku, and Alhajia Sajida Shiraz. Choboy. On jobs, we have Mr. Guzi Obuadum Tano, Michael Abe, and Mavis Lamisi Apeliba, the 133 lady. Choboy. On food and agriculture and agribusiness, we have Honorable Eric Opoku, Dr. Buama Otukono, and Mr. Harry Yamson. Choboy. On education, we have Honorable Clementa Park, Professor George K. Teodro, and Kwame Alovi. Choboy. On health, we have Honorable Minta Kando, Dr. Jehuapia, and Professor Titus K. Beyo, former Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, just like Dr. Jehuapia. Choboy. On energy, we have the MP for Yape Kusegu, Honorable John Jenapo, and Honorable Edward Bauer. On infrastructure, we have the incoming Member of Parliament for AAK, Felix Ofosukwache, and the MP for Adaklu, and our Chief Whip in Parliament, Honorable Kwame Agboja, and Mr. Regid Anamo. On youth development, we have Julian Kobina, Anthony Julius, and Dr. Samiaye. Sports development, Dr. Fred Awa, Edem Agbana, and Kwamrache Stuttgart. Gender and social protection, Nana Oye Bampu Ado, and Shamima Muslim. Zongo development, we have Mustafa Abubakari, Alhaji Mohamed Naziru, and Baba Sadiq. Security, Honorable Peter Lancheni Tobu, MP for Wa West, and Honorable Prosper Bani. Governance, the son of man, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, Honorable Sylvester Mensah, and Emilia Afi Akbenyo.
Alright, so it is officially launched. The NDC's 2024 Manifesto has been officially launched by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, together with the running mate, Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, the party chairman, as well as the General Secretary of the party, were all up on stage to officially outdoor their policies. Of course, if indeed they go ahead to get the nod come the 7th of December 2024, these are some of the things that they will be rolling out. So they are proposals as it stands now. Key among them I mentioned earlier has to do with the economy, where they spoke about the creation of jobs under the 24-hour economy. They have also spoken about the fight and quest to fight against corruption. It was also a major talking point in the manifesto or the event so far. It has been a very beautiful ceremony. It has been a very fantastic event here at the Jofus Anamwa Auditorium. And party faithfuls, one will also think that it's been a very long day, but here we are. You still have the party faithfuls, the supporters, the teaming sympathizers of the party are all represented, and they are still here till now. It's been a very long day. But Eric is still with me. But before I even cross over to Eric, I just want us to have a quick bite with a few people who are with me here. Let me find out from them exactly exactly what has been their take-home points. What have been some of the key highlights in the event so far? I mean, the launching of the manifesto. What have they picked out of that, so that even they go out, what exactly are they going to tell the other people who are watching at home as well? Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us on WoezorTV. May I know your name and where you are coming from?
My name is Leslie, General Leslie from Tema West.
Very well. So it's been a productive day from my point of view. Tell me your highlight, your key highlight in the presentation made by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama spoke well, and then what I inserted from is the sanitary part. That is a free sanitation part for our sisters and our moms. You understand me? Because if you see something that is natural, that we will pay tax, a huge tax on it, it's very bad. You understand? So if he said that we're going to give a free sanitation part to our sisters, I'm very excited. And then one thing is about my bets. You understand me? The youth does not have.
You talk about the betting tax?
Yes, please. Because I'm very happy about that, because the youth, there's no job in the system. So if they have a little to even pay on my bet, and then you put a tax 10% on it, it's very bad. So as I'm here, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, inshallah, is coming, and he will win power 2025. But we the ghetto for Mahama, we will die for Mahama. You understand me? Because there's no job at the boys in the ghetto. If you watch them now, everything is messed up. You see that? So we are praying on John Dramani Mahama that he should come on power and come and rescue this Ghana for us. And I'm very proud, and because I'm very excited for, we are in Winneba now as I'm talking to you, and that the victory is coming from Winneba. And as I'm here, as we get to, we're going to work hard and rescue this nation for nation Ghana, and we are coming power with John Dramani Mahama and Professor Nana Jane, and then we will rescue as well.
Let me also find out from the other gentleman here. Tell me your name and where you are coming from.
I'm the ghetto minister.
You are the ghetto minister. From which of the ghettos?
Yeah, the whole Ghana. Yeah.
The whole Ghana. The whole Ghana. You are the ghetto minister. Okay. So, Kachi.
The whole minister. Mahama, I hear you many na. Kasana wakano ameni yaje. Nkanka ye ghetto. Mahama bana Obama ye ghetto. Cheni ejuma bakunimpa mensa. Ejuma tiche mebu ye ejuma ye. Inti sisi de Mahama kache no chale ya danase. Ne ejuma ye ghetto dia ya je ready say.
Ojini say ghetto for no umbe to Abama JM.
Yes sir, ye nyina ye to ba ye to the whole Ghana. Because of them, you told all the ghetto boys, yeah, bro, the big dimpo, Sisi Akoko, unkita 10 cities, sorry, because in Buffalo, where you this Bontra, Bawamia Bontra, this Bontra economy, Yentum, this Bontra economy, Bawamia, look, Ghana, Yentaba, there's no JM, no Ghana, no JM. No Ghana, yes sir.
Alright, so the ghetto minister says no JM, no Ghana. Just quickly, so I can cross over.
Alright, what we are talking about for the ghetto youth, we are targeting 2.5 ghetto youth for John Dramani Mahama.
2.5 million?
Yeah, 2.5 million ghetto youth across the Ghana, because they are there, they think that they have been neglected, but because of ghetto from, NDC from ghetto, since Papa J, I salute him. Wherever he is, his soul is always with us.
So you mean the ghetto belongs to the NDC?
No, to the NDC. You understand me?
If you are promising a 2.5 million votes from the ghetto.
From the ghetto. And they are ready. They are even want to receiving us. You understand me? Cut across. We have a rep, cut all the region. If you come, you go to Ashanti region, they always call us. Because they are ready to fight and rescue the what? The ballot box. That's why we are winning. Yes, I.
Very well. Thank you so much to the reps from the ghetto. Eric, so let me just speak your thoughts quickly. I mean, you've listened to the ghetto king,
yes,
the minister, and then his deputy. They represent the ghetto, and they are promising that they are going to give 2.5 million votes to John Mahama.
Well, that is just to signify the commitment and the pledge they are making now. But at least for now, we know that the NDC has now laid bare what they intend to do if John Mahama becomes the president come January 7, 2025. And so when they go out there to go and campaign, they have issues. The issues are now beyond 24-hour economy, women's development bank, agric mechanization. I believe that if you go in there, there are several issues that will benefit the masses. For example, there is a policy to help drivers to enter some kind of insurance scheme. This is one significant policy that I believe will help millions, because commercial drivers cut across the length and breadth of this country. They work hard from morning till evening. Now the job has become very competitive, and so when they retire after 40 years, 50 years, or if the cars run down. There should be some form of source of income. And if this retirement or pensions scheme that is supposed to be put together for commercial drivers, I believe this can be extended to several other informal groupings, which will create the opportunities for them at old age. So there's so much in the 2024 manifesto. The rank and file of the party now have enough to speak to. They are not going to be limited to.
You know, at a point in time, people were asking, especially the opponents were asking, what exactly is the detailed information on the 24-hour economy? I believe that after today's program, that has been simplified enough.
Let me speak to a young lady around. Madam, don't feel shy. Ghanaians are watching you. For you, after this event, how do you feel? What are your expectations and what is motivating you?
My motivation is to vote for John Dramani Mahama and to convince others to also vote for him, because he's bringing a lot of improvement, a lot of change for we youth in Ghana.
How old are you?
21.
21-year-old, so much excited. Let me speak to one more before we wrap up. Madam, you are already smiling. What is putting the smile on your face?
It's obvious. I'm really very happy. Very extremely happy.
That's all you can say. So, gradually,
there is a gentleman beside me.
Speak to him.
If I don't speak to him, he might leave
a lot of them want to also speak.
So he is a communications officer from Agona, communications member from Agona. Good. Just give me one or two highlights from today's event quickly.
My interest goes to the ladies, or our mommies and our sisters. The tax on part, I'm very happy. When we came to power and NDC came to power and President Mahama is president, all this tax will be this month. Even especially the youth who are interested in games, which is betting and lottos. Master, they are suffering. You suffer and tear and cast your lotto. After they will take everything from you, 10%. It's not easy. Not easy to get to take 10% from your money. It's not easy. So I'm happy to our ladies. I'm appealing to all ladies to vote for NDC because of the tax they will draw from sanity part. That one there is very important to me, and I'm very happy.
Thank you so much. So
that's how I think we want to draw the curtain for the live coverage.
But before we go, there is one thing I am so happy about, because as a young journalist, I realized what happened to Ahmed Swale could happen to any of us. So when John Mahama mentioned and assured us that they will fight and chase after the killers of Ahmed Swale, I picked it out myself and I realized that, look, this is a good thing to go by.
Even beyond that, I believe many people may know, but for those who may be hearing this, John Mahama himself is a fully paid up member of the Ghana Journalists Association. As a former Minister for Communication, he understands the industry. Throughout the Mills Mahama administration, he demonstrated enough that he believes in journalism and he is standing up to the commitment to checks and balances, and that's what we do. I remember in 2016, even when a reporter put out misleading information to create the impression that he was corrupt, many people were surprised that even beyond that, deep in his heart, he knew he's clean and he didn't use it against that journalist. And up till date, that journalist has come back to single him out as somebody, even under his regime when he was heavily criticized, he embraced them and they are now praising him as somebody who has demonstrated what he has spoken to today. And I believe that many people in the fraternity know that what he has said will come to